First of all, I'd like to welcome all the media and everybody here at this event. This is a kickoff to the Booze It and Lose It season. It comes about during the holiday season. This press event starts today. The saturation checkpoints and everything kicks into effect on Friday evening the 12th and goes through the 1st of December. Those agencies represented behind me have a passion for keeping you safe. We at the Governor's Highway Safety Office and local law enforcement here in Hamilton County, we want you to know that we're in a fight. We're in a fight for you. We're fighting to save your life. In Hamilton County alone, with efforts here, the alcohol-related crashes have decreased. In 2012, we had about 480. 2013, we was able to work on that. We dropped it down to 391. To date, 2014, we're at 245. So it's working. I mean, the saturations, the checkpoints, the media, the help of you, the citizens. If you see somebody out here that's drinking and driving, it's not against the law to call 911 and call that in. Help us save a life. First-time offenders, they're risking the loss of their license, the loss of their freedom, and the loss of their life also. Like I said before, and like I'm saying again, we're in a fight to save your life. First of all, I'd like to introduce Richard Holt. He is the law enforcement administrator with the Governor's Highway Safety. Richard.
I appreciate everybody being here and the media being here today, and officers representing the different agencies. The reason we do this campaign is to bring awareness to the public during the holiday seasons and to remind them that law enforcement is going to be out in force. And like Fred said, we're out there fighting to save your life. If you are celebrating, we encourage you to get a sober driver. Plan ahead, because if you don't and you get out on the highway hammered or impaired, you're going to get nailed. We appreciate Fred and all you're doing with this region, and we're trying to keep our fatalities down over the holiday season. Nothing worse than having a holiday season and having a loved one that needlessly gets killed in a motor vehicle crash. It doesn't have to happen. If we drive buckled up, we don't drive impaired, we watch other drivers. If we see an impaired driver, you need to call your local police department or the highway patrol and let them know. And we will do something about it. Now I'll turn it back over to Fred. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. At this time, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant John Harmon with the THP. Lieutenant Harmon.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Governor's Highway Safety Office for having this press conference. I want to thank the many agencies, both local and state, for helping the Tennessee Highway Patrol to continue to make the Tennessee roadways safe. Our stats right off the bat, as of December the 8th, 2014 at midnight, the Chattanooga District, which in the Highway Patrol consists of 12 counties, we have had 106 fatalities this year. We are actually up 2 fatalities for the 12 counties. That is not what we want. We want a decrease in these fatalities. Through the New Year's holiday season, you will continue to see an increase in the Tennessee Highway Patrol troopers patrolling Tennessee roadways, along with these other agencies. The Tennessee Highway Patrol will be aggressively looking for people not wearing their seatbelts, aggressively looking for both drivers driving under the influence of both alcohol and drugs. I pulled some stats. I took a sample of stats before I came. I took the last 10 fatalities that the Tennessee Highway Patrol had worked in our 12 counties. And this is since October the 16th. 80% were not wearing their seatbelt. 8 people out of the 10 last fatalities since October the 16th were not wearing their seatbelt. 50% were involved alcohol and drugs. And 40% were drugs only. Now, that being said, the Tennessee Highway Patrol and these other agencies, please buckle up. Please buckle up. Don't drink and drive this holiday season. Your family depends on you coming home. Just think about it. Your family depends on you doing the right thing. And the Tennessee Highway Patrol continues our campaign along with these other agencies to drive to 0 fatalities. That's our goal. Drive to 0 fatalities. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce your Hamilton County Assistant District Attorney, Kate Lavery.
Thank you, Fred. I am the felony DUI prosecutor in Hamilton County, which means, among other things, I handle the vehicular assaults and vehicular homicides caused by impairment from alcohol and or drugs. In dealing with vehicular homicides, I'm seeing a family dealing with the worst kind of grief imaginable. Just think for a moment about a family member, a favorite family member. Think how you would feel if all of a sudden that person was ripped from your life. It's an intense, overwhelming pain. And in cases of vehicular homicide, that person has died in one of the most needless, senseless, and preventable crimes imaginable. So I want to thank each and every officer in law enforcement agencies for the effort that you make to prevent those senseless deaths by finding drunk drivers and arresting them. I also want to mention, however, that although it's easy to demonize the person who drinks and drives and kills someone, very often, in my experience, that person has never committed a crime before. Some may not even have a prior DUI. Someone who certainly never intended to kill someone when they went out partying. And the truth is, that person's life is now also ruined. He or she has a felony conviction. They lose their jobs, spend years in prison, not jail, prison. They lose years of their children's lives. Some have sick parents that they never get to see again. And they carry with them forever the pain of having killed someone's beloved parent, child, sister, brother, aunt, uncle. I prosecuted one woman who at age 36 killed a 25-year-old man on his way home from work. That woman, after going to prison and leaving her 2 children behind, revealed recently that she had been stopped for DUI before and had been let go. She feels strongly that if she had been jacked up for DUI once, that young man she killed would be alive today, because she would have altered her behavior due to that DUI. So I ask everyone in law enforcement, especially during the holiday season, to understand that by stopping a drunk driver, you're actually doing the drunk driver a favor. Don't let anyone tell you any different. You are potentially saving the life or lives of the innocent victims of the drunk driver, but in so doing, you are also preventing that drunk driver from ruining his or her life as well. You are doing the drunk driver a favor by arresting them. And to the general public, if you choose to drive impaired, you can't possibly know if you're going to be the one to kill someone else, ruining your own life as well as the lives of an innocent family. And there is such an easy solution. This is such a preventable crime. Just take a dang cab. No matter how much it costs, it's nowhere near as expensive as you'll pay for even just a DUI. And do you want to risk ruining lives, including your own? Or take a dang cab? Take a dang cab. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Hamilton County Sheriff. Sheriff.
Thank you, Fred, and thank you all for being here. This is a season of the year where law enforcement is on a heightened awareness of those who are out hopefully celebrating one of the greatest times, holidays that we have in this country, and yet it's also the time when we see an increase in a lot of deaths and accidents on the highways. As a backdrop, of course, we're looking at the freeway out here and cars moving on one of the safest roads you can, the freeway, and yet we know a lot of the secondary roads and throughout our county and in Georgia and up here is where a lot of these accidents happen that so tragically end in someone losing their lives. We here in law enforcement are dedicated to trying to stop that. We are going to be out in force, whatever jurisdiction we represent, and we just need the media to help us as you are doing and letting the public know we are there, we are watching, we want to keep you safe and make it a great holiday for everyone. Thank you, Fred.
In closing, I'd like to thank all the guests and everybody, the speakers. A lot of energy there. We're fighting, and I keep on saying this. This is a fight. This is something that law enforcement has really went forward with. We jumped on board, tooth and nail. We're fighting to save your life. Like Ms. Lavery was saying, the drinking and driving, you don't have to do that. Like I said, call a cab, call a friend. One of the things coming about now, friends. A lot of the designated drivers. That's very simple. Take somebody with you that can drive, that can get you home, and leave those keys in their pocket. That way you don't get back out and cause trouble. At this time, I'd like to thank the media for coming out, helping us. Thank citizens, everybody that's out there that can help us. Listen, let's get these fatals down. We don't need this holiday season. We're all going to be hanging around here for a few minutes, answer some questions and stuff. And again, thank you.